Now that we're done with that, with this next shot, we're going to replace the watch your step sign on the wall with the one that says caution radiation. Then key out the green screen and create a 3D composite to complete our scene. So let's start by adding a planar tracker and connecting the output from the source footage to the tracker's input. Now with the tracker selected, press the 1 key to view it on viewer 1 on the left. All right, let's make a selection around the caution sign to tell Fusion what area we need to track. Then go to the inspector, click on Set Frame. Now click the Track Forward button. Fusion will analyze the footage based on the luminance channel and our selection. Once it finishes tracking, you can click the Create Planar Transform button to create a new node that contains the position tracking data needed for our composite. Next, we'll drag the new sign in from the media pool. Now our new sign has an alpha channel, and to display it properly on our composite, we're going to need to add an alpha multiply node. We'll connect this to the planar transform node so the sign moves with the rest of the shot. Okay, let's finish this composite by adding a merge tool and connect it to the planar transform node, compositing our foreground sign over the background green screen. So as you can see, it's close, but we still need to make some adjustments to make it seamless. Let's grab a color corrector node from the toolbar and place it after the planar transform node. Okay, so with the color corrector node selected, go to the inspector and change the menu from color to levels. Now to animate, we're going to right-click on the gamma level and select Animate. This is going to set a keyframe and turns on animation, so any new changes will automatically make new keyframes. We'll move forward to around frame 60. Adjust the gamma. Now let's check the middle and adjust as needed. Okay, great. We've just finished our first composite. Now let's tidy up our flow and help keep things organized by turning our tracking nodes into a group node. All right, now we're ready to move on to keying our footage. With the merge tool selected, let's add a delta keyer after the merge tool. We'll use this to remove the green screen. Because we don't have a shot of the green screen without the actor, it's kind of hard to key, so we'll add a clean plate tool to have Fusion help generate one for us. Just so you know, the image needs to go to both the clean plate and the delta keyer. The output of the clean plate also needs to go into the delta keyer. We're trying to give Fusion as much information as possible as we can so that it can do a better job for us. All right, let's view the clean plate in viewer 1 and the delta keyer in viewer 2. You can see that Fusion is attempting to make a key for us. So with the clean plate selected, you can drag across a range of green and see the delta keyer on the right adjust. All right, so let's go to the inspector, click on the fill checkbox, and then adjust the erode and grow edge parameters. This tells the delta keyer to look for anything green in this part of the image and remove it. The clean plate tool makes everything significantly easier. All right, next we'll select the delta keyer node and adjust a few of its parameters to fine-tune the key. While viewing our alpha channel, we can use a threshold to dial in our matte. Now that the key is done, we can organize these nodes with another group node, keeping our flow nice and tidy. Now it's time to add our background. We'll grab the elements from the media pool and let's drag them into the node graph. Renaming the nodes will make them easier to work with. You can load the first element in viewer 1 and see that it's a planet. So let's right-click on this node, select Rename, and type Planet. We'll go ahead and do the same for the spaceship windows. Up until now, we have composited everything in 2D. Now to bring this together, we're going to composite our background in 3D space. This requires all of our footage, which is two-dimensional, to be placed on image planes that we can arrange in a 3D space. So we'll add an image plane to both the planet and the spaceship. Because we're in 3D, we now need to use the Merge 3D tool. This is more powerful than a regular merge tool because you can add as many objects as you want, image planes, lights, cameras, and then work with all of them right in 3D space. So here's the story. We need to match the movement of our live action camera so our composite works seamlessly. One way to do this is with the camera tracker. To get started, we'll grab the source video and any mats that might be needed. If you have moving objects in your clip, you're going to need to mat them out with a mask. That way the camera tracker can ignore those areas and just focus on the stationary objects in the scene. Convert this to an alpha channel by adding a bitmap. With our object mask connected, let's go and press the Auto Track button to begin tracking. Once your track is complete, the next step is setting up your camera to match how your footage was filmed, to solve for a proper track, followed by 3D solving your tracks into 3D space, and lastly, we're ready to export. Fusion creates a point cloud, a ground plane, a render node, and a keyframed camera that matches the movement of your footage. Although this process is straightforward, you should allow proper time to let each step process based on your clip. So with our camera solved, let's connect the camera node to our Merge 3D. And as we move around our 3D environment, we can see the camera and its keyframes. Let's composite this with our foreground green screen to see how it lines up. Go ahead and organize these nodes into a group node as well. First, we need to add a render node to bring our 3D elements back into 2D. Now, if you notice, Fusion automatically makes the connection between the two nodes. Now that we have our background aligned and tracked in 3D, and now rendered into 2D, we can composite them together with the Merge node. You can see that the 3D planes need some adjustments. Let's view the 3D merge in Viewer 1 so we can see our results of being adjusted in Viewer 2. Select the planet, and let's adjust the y-axis in the viewer. All right, great. Now go ahead and adjust the ship into position as well. We're almost there. We'll finish this shot by adding some color correction. So first, we'll color the key image. So we'll add a color corrector from the toolbar after the delta key here, and let's make some adjustments. And we'll add some blue to the shot. Next, we'll add another color corrector after the final merge and adjust the rest of the image. For a little added realism, we'll add a defocus node to the 3D elements and set the blur to around 1. Okay, great. Now that we've done our tracking, keying, and 3D compositing, let's see our results on the edit page.